as most of you all know, I only work one job right now, but overall in general, you need to have a side hustle. You need to have at least a backup and a backup to the backup, because at any moment, any given moment, anything could happen to you at your job, your 9 to 5, your minimum wage, whatever you want to call it. And even if you're earning salary right now, um, if you're like me, someone like me, probably you may run into trouble at the workplace for so many reasons, okay? Uh, my point here is that you need to have a backup to your main job, so a side hustle, okay? But then you need to have a backup to the backup, all right? Because if something happens to your main job, you'll have a backup job to lean on, okay? So you can still have a little stream of income. And then if something happens to that job as well, so you lost both jobs or you had to quit one or both or whatever, for whatever reason, whatever happens, right? Or if like the place shuts down, like when I worked at the gas station, um, it shut down and got bought out by somebody, so most of us had to leave, except the managers. But you need to have a backup to the backup. So essentially, the goal is to be hired at 3 places at once. 3 places at once. And I'm not hired at 3 places at once right now, but that's the goal. That's what I'm working toward. So technically I'm in the red right now, because if something were to happen to my current job, like it did when I worked at Target, okay, and when I worked at Circle K, I was out of a job for 4 months when I had to quit Circle K. And then Target, I was out of a job for a month and a half, almost 2 months, so half that amount. So it's I'm not trying to get too into the employment or raise the importance of working a 9 to 5, because as you know, we are a special breed that we barely survive, guys, in the 9 to 5. I barely survive jobs if I can even get hired. I'll use this as an example. When I left Circle K, I was out of a job for 4 months roughly. In those 4 months, I had about, I'd say, 200 interviews. I was going out every day for about 2 interviews a day. Do the math, it's probably a little under 200 actually, but I was constantly printing up my resume, giving it to people. Even when I didn't have an interview, I would drive on the way home. I would stop in like Costco, coffee shops, a couple taco places, just giving people my resume, trying to meet the manager if they were available to walk out of their office or if they were there. And I remember I handed Costco my resume, and the manager said it was a she liked it very much, and she said that it was right in my town too, though newly opened, and she said that they weren't hiring. So that was about a while ago, okay? And so the thing is, you need to do that too, because if you hand people your resume, or at least walk in and shake their hand and tell them you're interested in working there, give them your name, maybe give them your phone number in case, if they want it. Let's say 6 months down the road, whether you have a new job or not, those people that you shook hands with, all the businesses you walked into, okay? And this is not interviews. I'm talking about just walking into places and saying, hey, here's my resume, I'm available if you ever want to hire me or interview. The good thing is that it's like 6 months down the road, you might get a phone call from, I'll give you an example. This hasn't happened, okay? But let's just say Costco gives me a phone call 4 months from now or 3 months from now, saying that, okay, we're hiring now. Why don't you come in for an interview now? We still have your resume. See, my point is that by taking initiative and doing that, not only did you also have that as a backup as well, as an insurance, like to keep you as that's the last result, is if you won't get hired, Your interviews aren't going, you're not getting hired after interviews, you're not hearing back, you're getting ghosted, you lost one job, you lost your backup job as well. Well, so you're kind of like in limbo now. And hypothetically. And so it's always good to have that as well. I'm very grateful that hasn't happened to me yet. I've managed to interview and get jobs, even if it's, like I said, 4 months after I lost a job or quit a job. So I haven't been in that limbo stage for yet. Especially because summer's popping around the corner. So in the summer, a lot of people go on vacation, so businesses need people to take their place, whether it's temporary or permanent. But I just had this thought on my head today. I wanted to get off my chest, get it off my mind. Is that yeah, you need to have us people. We need to have a backup to the a backup to the backup, and the last line of defense. Okay, which from my opinion, I think the best line of defense you can do is to walk in businesses and just give them your resume and shake hands and leave and just say, hey, here's my face, here's my resume, here's my experience, here's my phone number. If you ever want to interview, I'm open to I'm you can let me know when you want to interview. So yeah, because right when things are going good, like right now in my current job, things are going good, better than I thought they would. Maybe because it's fast food, okay? As you all know, go check out my previous videos. But it's going good, but then again, if it's too good, if sometimes what I found is people like me, when things get really good or things are stable, usually what happens is something happens and we, it's not our fault, or something just something happens and we have to take action, whatever that may look like. Okay, and sometimes it doesn't go in my favor. I'm not trying to this by no means I'm not trying to be negative or be doom and gloom and stuff, but look, if you're chosen, you have to always be prepared for the next wave of chaos, the next shark attack. Okay, right when things are calm and going good, for me at least, out of nowhere something happens. So maybe you can call it trauma, call it whatever you want, but just to have under your belt as a word of caution is just have some backups ready, have some insurance policies to lean on, metaphorically speaking. Okay, have some a lifeline to a backup to the backup to the backup. Okay, for those of you that are working 9 to 5s right now, working jobs, salary, minimum wage, I applaud you and congratulate you for hanging in there and being able to deal with people and it's not really the customers probably comment if you agree, it's the coworkers, it's the bosses, it's the supervisors, guys, it's the people who pretend to get along with you and they snake you, or the people that you told them hey, let's not treat each other this way at the workplace, and then they shake their head and agree, and then they snitch you out for something, or get you blamed for something you didn't do, stuff like that, right? But yes, so I'm just talking out loud here. Yeah, so have a backup to the backup to the backup if you really want to be extra safe. Okay, for example, I feel really great knowing that my resume is floating around at like probably 50 different businesses right now that I didn't interview at in my area. So in like 3 cities around the city I live in, the town I live in, my resumes are floating around. My name is out there. These people did see my face and they put a name on my resume. So put a face to my resume. So if everything goes in the pot, everything goes downhill, if I am in the darkest of dark situation where, at least I have that silver lining, whether anything's going to become of that or not. Okay. So yeah, just do the same if you're able to. There's resume templates on Microsoft Word and Google Docs. You can just make resumes on there and type in your info, and it's pretty straightforward. I'm sure y'all know making resumes, keep it one page. Don't make it more than one page. Employers don't like that if it's more than one page. And if it won't fit on one page, like for me, I've worked at so many places, my resume won't even fit on one page. So I have to leave businesses out. Like I have to leave past employers out off my resume, or I have to condense it real, like, right, you know, uh, Circle K, and then write one line there, and that's it. Like I don't put my position, I don't put my role, I don't do anything like that. I just put the employer and then the dates I worked there. If you worked so many dates, if you worked different jobs, a lot of different jobs. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up, okay? And if you feel called to do so, subscribe to my channel. Show the support. I appreciate it very much.